Next morning, I wake up in the morning and do my morning routine. I look at bed where Jungkook was not laying. I set alarm and come out of the room. I cover myself with shawl. It was the beginning of the winter and morning was quite cold. I walked slowly on stairs. I opened the door of the hall and went out. I went directly to the lawn. I start walking in lawn. The cold air touching my skin. It was giving me pleasure and happiness. I went near the flower hanging on the branches. I smelled the flowers. White and red roses are dancing in the air. I went near the white roses and touched them. While playing with roses, I felt someone watching me, and I turned to see and look up at the window of my room. I saw no one there, but the window was open. I didn't open it. Then how? My heart beat increasing, and I thought for a second maybe Jungkook was watching me. But wait, why will he look at me? He didn't look at me when I stand in front of him, when I call him, when we eat together. He never bothered to look at me. And when I was walking down here, he suddenly started to look at me. Stop, you idiot. Stop hoping things that can never be happen. I scroll myself and start walking inland. After walking for a while, I went inside and directly went to the kitchen. I started preparing the breakfast for Jungkook. It was 8 o'clock when I done my breakfast. Toward room to see if Jungkook was ready or not, and what I saw. What? He is still sleeping. Jungkook was on bed laying completely in his deep slumber. I opened the wardrobe and took his clothes out. I placed the clothes on the edge of the bed and shoes near the table. His files and laptop were placed on the table already. Now how to awake him? I was surely not call him or shaking him. Then how? I start roaming in the room thinking how to awake him. Again I saw alarm clock which can help me to wake him up. I set the alarm and placed it in his hand, which was lying on bed. 5 minutes and he'll get up. I smiled. I knew one day Jungkook will break all the alarm clocks. Jungkook. Next morning I was again woke up with a loud sound of alarm. I got up and saw alarm clock placed near my ear. Taeyong, I was watching him out. After a while I went to see him through window. He was smiling flower which made me smile. I want to apologize, but how? Sorry, Taeyong. I saw him turning and I immediately hid myself. I went to bed and started thinking how to say sorry. I fell asleep while thinking. I was again rudely awakened by that damn alarm clock. Damn this alarm clock. One day I will break each alarm clock of my house. I start to get ready. I was standing in front of mirror and was to say sorry. You can do it, Jungkook. Come on. I encouraged myself and went downstairs to have breakfast. He was in kitchen. I went directly to Tae. He reminds himself busy. Jungkook. I tried to speak but he ignored me. He was controlling his tears. He coughed to stop his tears. I'm sorry, finally I said, and he turned who was going inside kitchen. I'm sorry, I said, and he didn't look at me. I felt his lashes wet. He was not allowing his tears to come out. He was actually pushing them back, and in doing so he was coughing. After breakfast, I stand there for some time, but again was ignored by him. I went to my room, and after 5 minutes, I saw him coming. He went directly to wardrobe, finding something. Listen, him, but he didn't turn. I'm sorry. Are you talking to? He asked sarcastically. Actually, suddenly my phone started ringing. I think you should go. No, he again start and I again stop him. I know you have an important meeting. Don't be late. I said angrily. He again tried to say something, but before he could say, I said, go, else you will be late. I said. He walked out of the room. I went to the kitchen and hid myself. Huh, what a life. A life in which you didn't have time for me, and now you don't have time for apologize. Huh, silly me. Expecting him to give me time and expecting him to for apologize. I saw him going out of the hall. I slowly walked toward the hall door. I slightly come forward to see him. He was sitting in his car. I hid myself with the help of door. He drove off the car and the watchman closed the main door. I closed the hall door and went into my room. Time skip. I was about to apologize, but he interrupted me and was not in good mood to talking. I went to the office and the whole day I was just thinking about his eyes and his face was roaming in front of my eyes. Finally, it's night. Come to home and put hand to ring the bell. And before I could ring, he opened the door. How does he know that I was about to ring the bell? How he always got to know. I look at him and our eyes meet. The voice of his banker was making my heart skip its beat. I stopped when I noticed him not walking with me. I turned to see him and it took hard to remove my eyes from him. He told me that he was going to make tea for me and I nodded. I entered my room and sat on bed waiting for Theong to come. After some time he came in and was holding tea. He placed it on the table and I was about to go when I called him. Theong, and he stopped. He turned to me and I stand in front of him. I tried to say it in the morning but I stopped and again continued. I'm sorry, really sorry. I said and looked at him. Really? Sorry for what? He asked and I looked at him. You know, I said, but he thought that this time was not going to lose. He was looking directly in my eyes and asked for the reason of my sorry. But before I could say any further, the light goes. There was all dark. I could not find my mobile, so I quickly went out of the room. I bring candle in room. He was calling my name. I heard him. I placed candle on table and took my mobile. I came to him who was standing in the middle of the room. He asked me about my going and I told him that about the candle. I told him that it's my house so I can walk here in dark. I came near to him. I was searching the word to start. Jungkook. I was saying there. You were saying Jungkook. He looked directly into my eyes. Sorry, I said and he again asked. There. My question was same. Sorry for what? Jungkook, he said, looking at me, and I got to know that how much he stumbled and hurt. You are not Jungkook, going to be forgiven and easily. I could see his eyes getting red. For yesterday behavior, hurt him. I didn't and want now to shout. It's my time there to fade that hurt away from his heart. You scared me. There. You hurt me badly, and you showed me my limits yesterday. Jungkook, he said. He was crying, and I was looking at him. I went to him to spell his heart out. There. We are living like a stranger. I think I'm a burden to you. I always been a burden to everyone. You are sorry only for yesterday behavior. But what about the whole month? How you treated me? I'm your husband who have feelings and emotions. Jungkook, he was saying and I was looking at him who was crying badly. He sat on the floor and was crying. I sat in front of him. Anything else? I said and he looked at me. You said, this is your house. Then where is my house? Jungkook, and heart got punched. His word shaking me from inside. I said, my house? Really? I hurt him again, and he was not a burden. This is our house, and you are not burden to me. I said, and he looked at me for once, and again looking down. Sorry, really sorry, I said, and he looked up with his teary eyes, making my heart loose. I held my ears and called him. He looked at me and I said, now my sorry is accepted. I said and he smiled with tears in his eyes. He removed my hand from my ears and sweetly said, "Do it." I said and he looked at me looking at him. I saw his eyes. Don't push your tears back. I was surprised on my state. You coughed when you tried to stop your tears. I said and wiped his tears away from his face. Looking at you from this closeness is making me forget everything, Theong. What ate you? You are developing inside me strange feelings every day. I keep looking at him. We were so close to each other, but we didn't realize. I was lost in his dark black eyes. It was my cell phone who brought to our scenes, and we both got up. I started talking on mobile while he went to the balcony. I saw him smiling and heard my heart smile looking him. I don't why, but when he smiled, I smile. His tears hurts me, and his smiles make me happy. His eyes catch me. His voice make my heart run fast. What is happening to me? And seeing him like this, smiling, my heart was fluttering. I called her and asked for dinner. The light was still off. We went out and I looked behind to see him. He was following me. We had our dinner together. This was the first day when I was not fighting with my inner. I was feeling relieved. I was enjoying with him. I was liking the feeling inside me for him. Next morning we woke up. There was going, but when I called him and he turned, was shocked because I called him by his name. For the first time, I guess I asked him if he is going out. So can I join him? He agreed. We both went out alone. We start walking, but we silent. Come on, Jungkook. I tried but failed. I want to say, I said and started scratching my head. It's difficult. What is it, Jungkook? He asked, and I walked toward the flower and plucked a yellow flower and come to Tae. Will you be my friend? And he was shocked. Looking at it in my eyes, I remember he once said when he thought I was asleep that he hoped one day he'll be my friend, companion and love of my life. I want to start his hope and wishes to come true. So today I want to begin our relationship as said from friendship. I know I hurt you a lot. I mistreat you. I ignore you, but now I want to begin everything from start. I want a new beginning. We will start our relationship from friendship. So, will you be my friend? I said, looking at Tae, who was now about to cry. Yes, I'll be your friend, he said, a tear slipped from his eyes. On one condition, I said, and he looked at me, not understanding. What condition? My friend is not allowed to cry, I said and wiped his tears. He smiled and took the flower. We both smiled, looking at each other, and start walking inside.